when we're putting out these videos. We just want it to be so different and unique and something that you've never seen before. And we want the presentation to be how we want it. Listings are the Super Bowl of our industry. We can leverage so much from it. So why not put everything we got into it? We treat homes the same way. We're looking for the collector of this home because it is a piece of art. It's a piece of architecture and it's stunning. So we're coming from it at a much different way. You know, a lot of people are much more transactional than I am. You do you, and we're going to do us.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Glennda Baker. I'm a real estate agent in Atlanta, Georgia. And today I am joined by my friend, Matt Lionetti, the one and only, the Toronto-based real estate agent that is not only known for being an amazing real estate agent, but also known for his humor. But Matt, I can't imagine that anybody doesn't know you, but for my audience who may not know you, give us a little snapshot of who is Matt Lionetti.
Yeah, thanks, Glenda. I'm Matt Lionetti. I'm from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And I've been in this industry for about 9 years. About 3 years in, I was thinking about getting out of the business because nothing was working. I totally shifted my entire business model to content, humor, stuff like that as a kind of cry for help, lost cause, didn't think it was going to go anywhere. And I thought I was going to get out of the industry, go back to my job at Sunglass Hut selling sunglasses where I was selling $65,000 worth of sunglasses a year. It was something. They still give me 50% off, but I did that, had some success with that, and I never looked back after. I, had a couple of videos kind of pop off, and I was able to leverage them into what I do today.
Okay, so Matt, you're not going to believe this. Sit down and grasp tightly. So have you heard the story about the seller who had the naked picture over the bed that I told?
No.
Okay. So I had a seller and and she beautiful. I mean, gorgeous. I mean, 10 plus. I mean, this woman was magnificent looking and they were relocating, and guess what company she was with?
Was it Sunglass Hut?
Yeah.
Maybe I know her.
She had a picture of herself over her bed naked in like that Demi Moore like pose. And so she didn't want to take it down and cost us a sale. And she thought that was ridiculous. But yeah, that's my connection to Sunglass Hut, besides the 42 pairs of sunglasses upstairs that I did not get 50% off. But let me talk to you a little bit about, so I have to tell you, so obviously I found you through, social media, some of the humor, the real estate humor that you post. But I will tell you, my absolute favorite is the story of the family growing up in the house, the video. And I want to say you released it last year. Am I right?
Yeah. Last April.
I mean, and how did that video go? Like, do you come up with the concepts of these videos? Like how does that come about?
Yeah. So after a while of doing the comedy all the time, I mean, it's still a big part of my brand, but I knew I needed to shift and pivot a little bit because I wanted to get into higher end real estate and luxury estate and stuff like that. And I knew the comedy wouldn't always exactly be, the kind of avenue to get to there. So I had all these other ideas that I was very, very scared about doing, because when you build a brand off something for so long, anything outside of that scares you because your people are here for a reason and you want to make sure that you're pleasing them, and it's all in your head. But so I write all those, I direct them, and I come up with all the concepts. Benny is the one you're talking about. We released it last April, and it was the first time I'd ever done anything like that. We hired actors. We shot in different seasons. The actual shoot itself took one day, but the exterior, we shot it in a couple different seasons so we could really get that effect. And honestly, it was like I had no idea what I was doing with it. I knew I had a vision and we storyboarded the whole thing, my cinematographer and we hoped for the best. We had professional actors there, we had makeup artists, and we booked a day. I'm very, very big on execution and just doing it. I can't wait until the idea is perfect, because it's never going to be perfect in my mind. So I was like, let's just book the day, and whatever happens, happens. So we did it. It sold, I think, like $500,000 or $600,000 higher than the home a week prior, and it sold in like 4 days and multiple offers. And the person who bought the house wrote a love letter to our clients, our sellers, saying that they want to make the same memories that the family in the video made.
Oh my. So literally, like, you had a vision, you storyboarded it, you executed on it, and you literally got the result that you were trying to get, like ABC 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it was just one of those ones that just happened so smooth. So my partner and I, Anna Oliver, and myself, went into the appointment in September, and we were the underdogs in this appointment. There was a team there who kind of lists and buys everything in the area. So we were an underdog going in. So we kind of threw away our listing presentation, and we're like, what's going to make us different? So we came in with this concept, and that was enough to get the seller excited. And then, yeah, it kind of worked exactly. It kind of all went exactly to plan, which doesn't happen often, but except the makeup artist bailed an hour before shooting, and we had to find another makeup artist. But other than that, smooth.
It's amazing. And it was such a different product than you usually post, because it was heartwarming, it was touching, it was very cinematography vibe. And I remember when I saw it, I'm pretty sure I sent you a message that I literally just fell in love with the story. But it from Atlanta, it made the house tangible to me. Like I could see, touch, and feel the house. And so you did such an amazing job. So I won't ask you how much that video cost, because I think that's rude. And you're from Canada and you guys are super polite. But I will ask you, what do you budget for a cinematography, like a shoot like that, to do something like that? Do you have a budget? Do you know what you're budgeting? Like what do you think about that? Is this a $1,000 video? Is this a $10,000 video? Like, how do you do that?
It varies. It varies depending on the price point, because we need to, at the end of the day, we have a marketing budget per price point, and for a higher price point, obviously we have more marketing dollars than a lower one. That doesn't mean that you're going to get lesser of a product in terms of video. It just means maybe we can't hire the makeup artist. Maybe we can't hire 5 actors. Maybe it's 1 actor, and we have to write things around that. But I'm happy to share. I mean, I think all in, that video was about $6,500, $7,000, and it was a $4.5 million listing. So, and that's everything. That's the cinematographer, editing, all the actors, the makeup artist, all the props. There's little things that people don't think about, like all the props that we had to get for it. Our videographer shot it different times of season and stuff like that. So it was definitely one of the higher priced videos that we had done, but I think it was totally worth it. We've been able to leverage that video into a lot more listings than just that one. And it's a piece that I think is we still have people reach out from it. We actually have another $4.5 million listing again that was friends with that listing that is on the market now. And we just released another cinematic video for that. So it really does pay dividends. It's an investment, but it's something that, we just want, Anna and I, when we're putting out these videos, we just want it to be so different and unique and something that you've never seen before. And we want the presentation to be how we want it. And sometimes that means we go a little over budget. But there's just a presentation that I'm obsessed with. And very few people, I think, do it at a really high level. You being one of them, of course. But there's so much. We've heard it all before. Listings are the Super Bowl of our industry. I love that saying. And why not? We can leverage so much from it. So why not put everything we got into it?
Yeah, I have to say, so I want to go like 48 different ways to Sunday to this. Let me first go here. You have made a business out of being different from everybody else, whether it was the humor video, the humor social media, or now this very story time, and I don't want to say Hallmark movie, but this very story time kind of a video. And you talked a little bit about the shift was, hey, I wanted to move into a different caliber. And I'm going to ask you something, and I'd love to get your take because you're significantly younger than me. And I always think that maybe like, oh, well, maybe you're just too old to appreciate. There's a lot of real estate video being put out that is racy, off color, tongue in cheek, not necessarily by the listing agent. These are agents that, take your listing at 123 Banana Street and either go preview it and shoot video or something like that. What are your thoughts on that? Do you have like a position or like it doesn't bother you? You think it's great? Where are you on that?
I think, I think a lot of people are kind of shocked when I do talk about this stuff because of how I came up in the comedy world. I don't think I've ever, I would cross the line in terms of swearing and stuff. Swearing is like, I grew up swearing a lot. It was just part of my life. I didn't know people didn't swear as much as I do. I'm trying to be on my best behavior here.
Yeah, because we never swear here, right?
But it's when I see some of it now, I've been doing the content since 2019. And when I see some of it now, I just say to myself, like, what's the end goal? I don't understand your end goal here. Yeah. Shock factor is fine, but if you're just going for virality, I don't think it's the move. I don't think we should be going just to go viral. And also, it's by any means necessary. And like you said, some of the stuff I've seen is very off color and borderline offensive. And I don't get offended at really anything, but I could see how other people would at certain things. And especially the ones right now where they're actually like making fun of the house. I don't know if you've seen some of those.
Oh, yeah.
I just don't, by any means necessary. And I just don't believe in this business, at least, that all publicity is good publicity. Because where do you go? Okay, you get 1 million views from a negative post. So then what? Yeah. I don't. So I'm not, if it's done tastefully and it's funny and stuff like that, I love it. I started doing this in like the comedy part. I love comedic commercials that, when I would watch a commercial, the comedy ones would always draw me to the commercial. So that was my mindset. And my mindset behind it all was, okay, if I can just get eyeballs, I can start conversations.
Right.
So, however I can get eyeballs, I can start conversation. I was, I felt strongly about my ability to follow up with those conversations and turn that into business later on. But some of the stuff that's happening now, I just think it's gotten a little out of hand. And I just don't know where the line is anymore. And I don't know how it benefits anyone other than them gaining followers and views, which is fine. Yeah. But that's it. That's my opinion, I guess, my long-winded opinion.
Well, and you articulated it very well. I feel very similarly because for me, my only goal is the client. Like, does this help the seller get more money in less time? That's all. That's my primary goal for everything that I do for the marketing of the listings that I take. And so I find it very interesting that some of the things have kind of just gone in a very different direction.
Yeah.
But to each his own. And if you feel comfortable with that, and the sellers feel comfortable with that, far be it for me to throw a stone.
Well, I will say before we coming from that comedy space, and I still do a lot of comedy content. I love it. I do love it. But when I was doing it in 2019, I didn't have a business. So I could do whatever I wanted. No one, didn't matter. I didn't have any business to ruin. As we started building up, and I would talk to Eric, the broke agent, a lot about this. There's certain, I have clients that, millions and millions of dollars worth of estates following me now. I can't do certain things anymore that I would back then. It just isn't, it isn't, I don't want, it's just not tasteful. And I didn't think of that, when I started in 2019. Now, I will say doing those things in 2019 got me to everything that I do now. 100%. Everything that I did prior has got me here, but it was a bit of a learning curve, and it was a little hard to break out of that funny guy gimmick. A lot of people didn't want it. They didn't understand, so it was like I had to pivot, and I pivoted hard, and I think I've started to be taken more seriously in this kind of next half of what we've been doing in the business with these more cinematic videos, and people are really taking me. I kept the creativity and I kept the content, but I just pivoted it to, something a little more, I guess. So I don't know if it's just digestible for a lot of people. And I still think it's different and creative, and I actually prefer doing it more than the other stuff. And the last thing I'll say on this is I always tell people, these are not our listings. These are people's homes.
Yeah.
It's the biggest asset of their life, and they've had 20, 30, 40 years of memories in them. And to go in there and talk about it being like I don't get it. It's not that's for you, the content creator. That's not for your client.
Yeah. And it's funny that you say that. I did a video. This morning, and I was looking for, and it was just off the cuff, kind of about growth, and where you start is typically not where you're going or where you end up. And that the growth kind of removes you from certain places. Mm-hmm. And I would probably say that your growth in your business, your growth as a person, your growth as a family man, all of that has kind of led you in this direction that you're going. And I personally think that it's not that what you were doing in the past was wrong or less than. It was just different, and you were a different person then. So I always look forward, and you never want to be where you were. You always want to be moving forward. So I think that it's just a reflection of the amazing growth that you've had. Talk to me a little bit about about broke agent, because obviously I want to say, and I'm not positive, but I want to say I found you at the broke agent. And I'm so sorry. I don't know. What is the difference between BAM and the broke agent? Is it the same thing?
So, well, it's an extension of, so pretty much the broke agent is Eric Simon. And I think honestly, we met so we all connected on Clubhouse. I think that's where it all happened. Yes. So me and Eric would jump on these Clubhouses during COVID when we had nothing else to do. And we would just pretty much make fun of each other until people would let us up on stage. And then we made so many connections from that, you included. So yeah, the first kind of Eric Simon and Byron Lazine founded BAM, now BAM Media. And I think the first kind of extension of that, though, was our podcast Over Ask, which you were on a while
Yes.
back. Yeah. So that was kind of the first thing where the broke agent started something different that wasn't just memes and stuff like that. It was the first type of content that was like long form and different. And then from that, Byron and Eric kind of ran with it and took it to what it is now. It's one of the biggest real estate media companies. I mean, so many people go there for all their real estate news, and rightfully so. It's incredible.
I look at it. I look at it as almost like as an industry publication. Like, is it called a publication if it's online?
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think that they've done a great job with it. And, of course you are forever connected in that. And actually, when you asked me to be on your podcast, you were one of the first people ever that asked me to be on their podcast.
Yeah. I mean, you're in a whole different stratosphere now. When we met on Clubhouse, I think you were just starting to take off. So we got you before we had to pay you millions to get on the podcast. just hundreds of thousands.
But Matt, isn't it crazy? Like, don't you find it odd that social media has the ability to do like who in the world thinks that I'm going to be like a social media person?
Yeah.
Like, don't you think that's weird? Like, did you ever think that you'd post videos, funny videos, and then you'd be like so well known?
I know, it's weird. I mean, you're way more well known. You probably get like stopped everywhere, but like just knowing how it has affected my life in a great way, I can only imagine what it's done for you. Because like people will stop me in the mall and stuff, like crazy stuff, and I can just imagine it's like that on steroids for you. So yeah, it's wild, and I still don't think people understand the impact that it can have on our business. It's crazy to think that they're just, oh, well, I door knock and cold call. That's great. You can continue to do those things because that's great.
Yeah.
But also, this is a whole other layer that you're gonna miss out on.
Yeah.
And it's never too late.
No, it's never too late. And I think that you're always evolving and growing and learning and doing new types of video, just like that you have shown us. So was there was there ever a video that you were just like, I don't know if I should post this one? Like, yeah. Was there an embarrassing one or one that you were just like, I'm not so sure about this one?
Yeah, it happens quite a bit still. But I have a pretty good system. I'll show my wife a bunch of them, and she's straight shooter. Like, that's horrible, that's great. And then I'll show Eric, and they'll kind of keep me grounded on what's good, what's bad. The first one ever that I thought, I don't know if I should post, was I dressed up like Freddie Mercury and walked through a house like in 2020, way back when. And I had nothing to post that week, and I posted it. And that was the first video that I think kind of started changing the trajectory of my career. The next morning, Ryan Serhant commented on it, stuff like that. Ryan, the Sell It Like Serhant program, which it's called Sell It now, and I'm actually a coach there, did a whole article on it. And it was the first time. It was really, I credit that when Ryan commented, he shared some of my content. That was kind of the first time where up until that point, I felt like a lot of people would watch my content, but not really engage because it was seen as unprofessional. And when Ryan shared it and commented, he kind of broke down barriers for me to say like, hey guys, it's okay. It's okay to like and engage with this kind of content. So it was pretty cool. But that was the first one ever that I thought, okay, this is really stupid, which it was extremely stupid, but like it worked for that time.
So, I had forgotten about your connection with Sell It and with Ryan Serhant. Talk about an amazing person. Talk about an amazing business person, real estate professional, coach. I mean, he really it has dialed in and been able to execute on a vision that very few people can do. How is it being a coach Do you like that part of your career? Do you want to do more of it? Or do you think that it holds you accountable and makes you better? Kind of what is your take on being a coach?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Ryan's a really, really brilliant mind, and just getting time with him and just hearing him speak at certain things, like it's really something special for our industry. It's really something different. He's incredible. I love being a coach. Um, I just like, knowing how I came up. I came from no money. I didn't know what I was doing. I almost got out of the business. And now that I've like really gone through that journey myself, I like figuring out the puzzle for other people, but not figuring it out myself, helping them find their way and find their voice and do it that way. So I've been loving seeing, I've had some clients who've had the best month of their career. They're having the best year of their career, and they're only halfway through the year. They're already better than any other year. Like that stuff is so fulfilling to me. And I love, providing value and being a little part of their growth.
I love that. You are a natural born teacher. Anytime that I've had the opportunity to kind of be in your presence, anytime that I've had the opportunity to see you on stage, what always kind of sticks with me is your connection with people. I feel like whenever I'm around you, that I'm the only person in the room. I feel like when you're teaching, I feel like when you're speaking, like that you're speaking just to me. And that is such a superpower. Do you realize you have that?
I don't know. No, I don't really realize I have that, but I try and I'm so grateful to be in these rooms and to talk to anybody who will talk to me. So, yeah, I mean, I think subconsciously I can't, high school, I got kicked out of high school. I got brought into the principal's office one day and got told that high school is not meant for people like me, and I no longer go here. And I got told by pretty much all my teachers that I wasn't going to amount to anything. And I didn't like how that made me feel. And I think for a long time, I had that deep down where I didn't like that feeling and I wanted to get away from that feeling. And I would never want someone else to have that feeling. So when I talk to someone now, I want them to know that, they already are somebody. Everyone wants to be somebody and everybody wants to be like a star, but they already are that. It's just like now we have to find how to show that to the rest of the world. So I don't know, but that's very kind. I appreciate that. Because I love that.
Well, I have mad respect for you. So I love seeing you succeed. So you start from these very humble beginnings. When's your birthday?
August 5th. Just passed.
Oh, it was just the other day.
Yeah.
Oh, my stars and stripes. So you start from these very humble beginnings. And what did you do? Like, what was your first job?
So I worked at a grocery store. I was the bakery boy at the grocery store, and I did that for like 6 months. And then I taught music. I taught music for a long time, and then right out of high school, once I got kicked out, I was a touring musician for like 6 or 7 years.
What instrument do you play?
Guitar.
Really? I don't think I knew that about you.
Yeah. Yeah. Some layers.
Have you ever thought about, do you sing?
Yeah. I've done some parodies the way back when.
I think I remember that, but have you ever thought about like doing a jingle for like one of your houses?
I've done a couple like way back. I don't anymore. I just think I don't want to say oversaturated, but it's just not really, I don't know. I was doing it for a while, and then so many people jumped on board, and I'm always just like, where's the next thing? I never want to be lumped into a category. So I'm like, okay, they're all doing that now. I'm going to be here. I'm going to be at the next level by the time they're done singing songs. That's just how I think.
I love it. I love it. So what's next for you? What is the next big thing for Matt Lionetti?
Yeah, we're doing the coaching at my brokerage. I'm growing a really substantial, great network of people there that I'm really proud of and just proud to be in business with. And my cinematographer and I are starting a production company so we can keep everything in-house for what we do. We might start offering some services to other agents, other businesses, things like that. We've actually had a lot of businesses outside of real estate reach out for different video content, which I'm sure you have as well. But they actually want us to go in and film one of these cinematic things for their brand. So we thought we'd try and capitalize on that a little bit. I really love the idea of being kind of a creative director, and that's more of the role I'm playing on my team with my partner and stuff like that. Like, I'm the creative director of these listings, and all things branding and marketing is on me. And we're starting to roll out these kind of full out campaigns for all our listings. And I'm in charge of it all.
You called it a full out campaign.
Yeah.
And what is a full out campaign? What is that? What does that encompass?
So I love, a lot of people don't know this about me. I love like fashion, particularly Ralph Lauren. A lot of people think Ralph Lauren is one thing, but Ralph Lauren is one of the greatest designers ever, I think. And I think the way he's created a world for people to live in with his clothing, all his ads, all his marketing campaigns, he creates a world that he wants to be in, and he brings everyone there with him. When you see those old school vintage Ralph Lauren campaigns, it's something else. So that's something that really inspires me a lot. And now just thinking, as the market has shifted a bit more to, we're not selling things in 3 days, 5 days, 7 days anymore. Things are taking longer. So why are we still listing things like it is going to be, like it is going to sell in 3 days? So that's where we came up, and it's not a new concept, but we've come up with an actual marketing campaign. So we have layers and layers and layers of marketing and different videos. So we're not just reposting the same thing over and over again. So for this last listing, we posted a main video, and then from that video, there's going to be about 3 or 4 different shorter videos that all intertwine with the main video. So we can have marketing for 4, 5, 6 weeks instead of just reposting the same just listed or something like that.
It seems like to me that this full out campaign that you're rolling out is multi-pronged to be, it's almost like a slow release tablet, like where you're hitting it on the immediate rollout. But then if it doesn't sell, you already have your marketing campaign done for the first 90 days or the first 120 days. And it seems like that you have a very strategic rollout. But one thing that hits me about Ralph Lauren is that it's timeless.
Mm-hmm.
And whether you're rolling it out in spring, winter, summer, or fall, you always looked the part in your Ralph Lauren wear. And all of his marketing, again, was very see, touch, feel. So I can see that you're like, okay, so now I can connect the dots. Okay, so this is where he was going with this. This is what he's creating. So your deal is you're really trying to string together. So here's my buyer avatar. Here's my listing. How do I get one to the next? Where are they? What are they attracted to? What is the life that they're going to lead? And what's going to compel them into a buying decision? Am I close?
Very close. I mean, sometimes people don't know what they want. Sometimes people don't know what they want to feel. So sometimes we can make them feel something that they didn't know they could feel. So that's what we try and do with these videos. This last one that we posted, we were there for 5 hours just doing the littlest thing, the property's beautiful. It's 9 acres on a vineyard, beautiful home, looks like a castle. There's a tennis court and a pool. It's right on water, lake. And when you go there, it is the most peaceful, beautiful place I think I've ever been in my life. And we wanted to capture that and bottle it up for everyone to feel, no matter where they were, to feel that for 90 seconds, they're in a new world. They forgot about everything else. They're in a new world. So that's kind of exactly. And depending on the home and the property, things are going to be different. So for this one, again, it's a much more traditional home. It's not modern at all. That's not going to be our buyer, though. Someone who is not going to pay that money to come and gut it and whitewash it and, paint everything white and have white kitchen cat, all that. That's probably not going to be our buyer. Our buyer is going to be someone who appreciates traditional architecture. And that's what we're looking for. And that's how we treat it. We kind of treat it like a collector. I love watches. I collect watches. And when I look at a vintage Rolex from 1960, I know it's not going to run as well as the brand new Rolex, but I want it all in its original condition because I'm a collector. Same with cars, same with art. So we treat homes the same way. We're looking for the collector of this home because it is a piece of art. It's a piece of architecture and it's stunning. So we're coming from it at a much different way. And I know a lot of people a lot of people are much more transactional than I am. And they're like, well, that's all fine, but like the story's not going to sell all that stuff. That's fine. You do you, and we're going to do us. We want to represent it in this way.
Yeah. It's funny because your traditional buyer in my head, that is your cognac, your cigar smoking buyer, as opposed to your white sangria. I always coordinate the white box look to the white sangria for some reason. Not exactly sure why, but it kind of goes there for me.
Yeah.
I'm sure that my team sent you, this is an outline that Glennda will follow. And you should have known, knowing me the way that you do, that I might and I might not. Because, the thing about it is I know you well enough to know, like, I didn't know that about him. I didn't know he played an instrument. I want to know more about that. He has this execution mentality. I want to know when is his birthday. And I'm super into birthdays. And so that's why I was like, I need to know when is his birthday because he is execution oriented. And I'm assuming that your power outfit, your go-to outfit is something Ralph Lauren, is it?
Yeah. My whole wardrobe, so I built a whole wardrobe in our wash. I mean, this is Ralph Lauren. I have a hat here that's double Ralph Lauren. I have a whole section of my wardrobe that is just Ralph Lauren. It is a whole section. It's the best. I go there. The guys all know me by name. They text me when new stuff comes in. It's a problem, actually.
I love it. I love it. So I think that they should be like matinees from Matt.
Ooh.
I really think that everything that you release should be like a matinee, like the middle of the day. And because feel free to take it and run with it if you like. But I thought, you know what? They should be called matinees. That's your hashtag, matinees from Matt.
I like that. I really actually like that.
I like it too. Okay, so let me ask you a question. Can I do some rapid fire with you? Do you have time?
Yeah, of course. I have all the time in the world for you.
Okay, all right. So let's see here. You're in Toronto, and I know that Zillow is not a big player on your stage, but you're tuned in enough with the U.S. market. So let me ask you, who's winning the war, Compass or Zillow?
Compass.
AI and real estate, love it or leave it?
I love it in aspects and leave it in different aspects. I think there's a place for it, but I don't think it should replace your soul.
I love that. Who's your dream client, dead or alive? Freddie Mercury. No, sorry.
My dream client is probably Ralph Lauren himself.
Did the Ryan Serhant's headquarters in Soho?
Mm-hmm.
It's not the Ralph Lauren building. It was Tommy Hilfiger's building, right?
It was Tommy Hilfiger, I believe. Okay. Yeah, it wasn't Ralph Lauren. Ralph Lauren's got the one on
Fifth Avenue and 57th or something.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's a great location.
It's so good.
Okay. All right. Ralph Lauren, I love that. Okay. Let's see here. What is one thing that one thing you haven't done that you want to do?
In real estate or?
In real estate.
Huh. One thing, you've stumped me. One thing I want to do that I haven't done. I would love to sell out a building.
Oh, so like a development. So somebody
Yeah.
comes in and does a conversion, or somebody comes in and does like a condo building.
Like a condo building, like whatever, high rise, like Sirhan's done many times
Yeah.
before. I would love to campaign something like that.
And how prevalent is that in your market?
In Toronto, I mean, they're always building, but they're not as. I would want to do it in New York. There's something
Oh,
different about New York,
yeah.
like yeah, New York real estate is just. I love Toronto, but there's some different kind of like hype around it in New York. Maybe it's romanticized for me because I don't live there. I don't know what it is, but there's something about it that I just have always loved.
So, the song says, if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. I think that is like, for me, because I think about, if I could sell like a penthouse in New York, like I could do it. Like, you feel like Wonder Woman, you feel like Superman. Like, if you could do it there,
Yeah.
like you could do it anywhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Because
Okay.
we've sold penthouses in Toronto and they're stunning and they're beautiful. But it's not a New York penthouse.
It's not. Go-to video concept when you're stuck.
Just something funny, car rant, observant. I have a lot of observations about literally everything. Like pretty much everything bothers me. So it's easy to come up with one of those on the go.
What kind of car do you have?
Oh, Subaru.
Really?
Yeah.
You could call it shouts from the Subaru.
I know. So I am the biggest not car guy ever. And it's almost like, I don't know, it's like principle at this point that I'm keeping my wife and I both have Subarus. I might actually get a Volvo, but I'm like an old man. and I just like, I want to be safe and comfortable. I don't care about looking cool or sporty. Subarus are like the best in the winter. And then Volvo also is. So it's going to be one of those. I hate driving in snow.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. I dated this guy and he had a 911 and he went from a 911 and now he drives a Volvo.
Yeah,
and
Volvos are sick.
I'm like, that was such a strange transition over the last 30 years. But anyway, I digress.
It's cool. Okay. It's cool. Yeah, really? I might do like a vintage Porsche or a vintage Bronco as like a fun car.
Oh, I could see you in a vintage Bronco. Think about, you could do like a coffee color, or you could do like that olive green with the coffee interior. That would be very Ralph Lauren-y.
The green is my color. Yeah.
I love it. Okay. Real estate guru you secretly love to follow.
Secretly love to follow. Real estate guru that I secretly, let's say everyone I follow I actually like though. I don't know about maybe Jason Oppenheim selling Sunset.
I love it. Okay. Coffee order when you're editing content.
Americano 2 cream.
Oh, wow.
Easy.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not, sometimes black if it's really late.
I love it. Matt, thank you so much. I almost don't want to let you go because I don't know when the next time will be that I get to talk to you. I have to tell you this, and I haven't shared this with you. In fact, I haven't shared it with anybody. A while ago, you reached out to me and asked my opinion about some business. And I have to tell you, to have an agent of your caliber take into consideration my opinion and ask for my counsel touched me like you will never, ever know. And I thought to myself, I remember hanging up the phone and thinking to myself, wow, here's somebody who is well known, well established, and well respected, and they're looking to you for counsel. And it was such a moment in my life that I will never forget. You have such a special place in my heart. And I'm so honored that you took your time and your talent and you spent your time with me today. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. I value your opinion so much. You're one of my favorite people ever. And yeah, I was just so grateful you took that call for me. So yeah, I mean, I really, really value your opinion, and I just love what you've done. And I always root for you no matter what. I will always have your back. And I tell people about you all the time. I tell people, like, I tell them to watch your content all the time. And yeah, so you're the best. And thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Matt, thank you, thank you, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, today I had the opportunity to sit down and have an amazing conversation with my friend, Matt Lionetti from Toronto, Canada, someone who has demonstrated how you and your brand can grow on social media like wildfire, and how you can change and evolve and grow beyond your wildest dreams. So ladies and gentlemen, please follow Matt Lionetti. You can find him on Instagram, easy peasy lemon squeezy. We will link to him from this video. As I always say, my name is Glennda Baker. I'm a real estate agent in Atlanta, Georgia. Send me a text, tag me in a post, give me a call. That's what I love the most, because I love the opportunity to talk real estate with you today. See ya.